I personally think we're living in the most trashiest time in human history. I can't get over it, and the evidence is right in front of your freaking face, okay? Loyalty literally does not exist anymore, okay? Sanctity, sacred energy between two people no longer exists.
Ever notice how short-lived your joy or awe or wonder is when something good happens? I was just looking out my window at I live in a high-rise that I moved in like 2 years ago, and the only thing I used to want to do when I first moved in was stare out this window and admire the sunset and the view. And I'm looking out, and I cannot remember the last time I've looked out this window for more than 2 seconds. Like, things expire for us humans so quickly.
The more I watch how people live, the more obvious it gets that most of this isn't even real. I don't even argue with people anymore. Most of what they're defending doesn't even exist.
Are we living in the strangest, trashiest time in human history? That's what some people are saying, and I'm going to discuss it in today's video. We're going to watch some of these videos as well together and react to it also in the comment section. I'd love your feedback on this video, and let me know if some of these people that we're going to feature in the video are actually onto something. With that being said, let's dive straight into today's video content.
I personally think we're living in the most trashiest time in human history. I can't get over it, and the evidence is right in front of your freaking face, okay? Loyalty literally does not exist anymore, okay? Sanctity, sacred energy between two people no longer exists. Women and men are rotating people as if they are literally like going to different drive-thrus. People are only, valuing surface bullshit and then overlooking things that actually have depth and value. And everybody wonders why they're so miserable. Everybody wonders why they're single, why they can't find a partner. Dating apps are complete fucking trash. I'm sorry. Social media, even though I use my TikTok, I use it to express my truth. But beyond that, social media has become the most toxic fucking thing in the world. Women are half naked everywhere you go, okay? Everybody lies. Nobody has integrity. Nobody takes accountability. And it's really fucking disheartening because when you're somebody who actively shows up every single day trying to be a better person, trying to act in the sense of having integrity, having emotional accountability, and then you look into the external world and you see all these people exposing themselves, not keeping their word, speaking with no fucking action behind it, yeah, it does fucking feel a little suffocating, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think social media has something to do with that, or at least it's enabling people to be trashier and to do things that you normally wouldn't do because of the access to everything. It's just so easy to just pop into someone's DMs, message them. It's so easy to find videos of anything you want to watch, information that you want right at your fingertips. While it can be really good, it also can lead to you doom scrolling as well, which is a real problem. Doom scrolling is one of the leading causes to the lack of attention we have now in today's day and age. People's attention spans are evaporating.
Why the fuck are we living like this? Like, why are we working every single day, busting our asses, stressing about how we're gonna eat and how we're gonna drink water? Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, how did we get here as humans? Like, why the fuck did we decide to just take over this goddamn planet and fucking cover it completely with fucking asphalt and destroy all of its natural resources so that we can't actually have access to anything and so that other people can own it? Like, what the fuck? How did we get here and why are we doing this still? This is bullshit.
Well, it can get a lot worse than that. I mean, if you have access to the internet, you can go on some pretty deep, dark dives as to what the elites really are up to.
Ever notice how short-lived your joy or awe or wonder is when something good happens? I was just looking out my window at I live in a high-rise that I moved in like 2 years ago, and the only thing I used to want to do when I first moved in was stare out this window and admire the sunset and the view. And I'm looking out, and I cannot remember the last time I've looked out this window for more than 2 seconds. Like, things expire for us humans so quickly, and it just kind of makes me sad. Like, why don't we allow ourselves to sit in those feelings that make us feel alive? Like, I'm reminded of Exodus when the Israelites are literally experiencing these insane miracles, walking through the split Red Sea, water coming out of a rock, being led by fire and cloud, and it still wasn't good enough for them long term. It's just, I can't imagine that this was God's design for us.
Because it wasn't. It just wasn't. This was not the design for us at all. This is a prison planet. and people are trying to find any ways to escape, even if it's just through media, video games, any way they can, because escapism is ultimately what we're feeling more than anything else, trying to escape what we now know to potentially be the Matrix.
Young adult is in a severe sink or swim situation with the corporate consumerism world they have spawned into. The odds are stacked against him, and they are up against evil far beyond their own comprehension. Levels of greed that even makes a devil shudder. And it's across the damn board. They want to pack us into these little tiny apartments like pigs in a farm. They want to feed us this poison garbage. They want to pixelate our minds, and they want to divide our socialization, distract us, keep us comfortable, and they love nothing more than a buttery little doughboy with a testosterone level of -2. What can the young adult do to rebel against this? What is the ultimate revolution? It is health. Health is the last thing that they can take from us. It's the last. You keep a sharp mind, you keep a healthy mind, and you keep yourself in check. You keep your body in check, you keep your mind in check. You take care of yourself, and you take care of your neighbor, and you lead by example, and you take care of your friends, and you take care of your family, and you build a community despite these odds. That is the ultimate rebellion. So pick up your damn sword and start taking care of yourself, because it's much deeper than I'm gonna die one day. What's it matter anyway? It matters more because you're going against evil.
Well, I mean, going to the gym is never bad advice. You know, taking care of your health is never bad advice. It's always good to take care of your health, not just your physical health, your mental health, which is obviously taking a toll on you in today's day and age with social media.
I think we're currently living through the enshitification of everything. Everything is getting more expensive, while simultaneously getting way worse. Brands and products that were once great all suck now. Cheaper materials, lower quality, the dreaded shrinkflation, worse service, and it's always the exact same story. Private equity buys it, guts it for profit, and leaves a hollowed out shell behind. At this point, I feel like Will Ferrell in Zoolander.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Well, don't forget all the company mergers as well. How many companies actually own all of these other companies? We're basically going to turn into like Megacorp, where there's one or two companies that own everything. That's why you have no real freedom of choice.
The more I watch how people live, the more obvious it gets that most of this isn't even real. I don't even argue with people anymore. Most of what they're defending doesn't even exist. The news isn't real, jobs aren't real, money isn't real, politics isn't real, religion isn't real. Even people don't feel real anymore. When you actually watch how people live, how they talk, how they move through the day, you can see it. Everyone's exhausted, everyone's distracted, everyone's repeating things that they didn't come up with themselves. People traded real connection for social media. They prefer comfort over truth. Now they spend their lives feeding systems that they didn't design and don't control. And once you see that, you can't unsee it because it explains almost everything that you're looking at. The media runs fear on a loop and keeps people emotionally reactive instead of aware. Jobs drain people instead of building them, then convince them that being tired is just part of life. Money gets created out of nothing, but somehow controls where people live and how they survive. Politics splits people into divided teams that both lead to being controlled. Religion tells people God is somewhere outside of themselves instead of showing them what's already present within. People scroll more than they feel, post more than they speak, know strangers online better than their own family. Silence makes people uncomfortable. Being alone with their thoughts feels unsafe, so they stay distracted. From where I'm standing, I can see why. Disconnected people are easier to manage, easier to scare, easier to sell to, easier to control. That's why nothing's built to slow you down. That's why everything's built to keep you busy. The system doesn't break when people fight it. That's what it's designed to do, so it keeps working. It only weakens when you stop feeding it. The moment you remember who you are, that's one less person plugged into the system. If this makes sense to you, that's because you're waking up or already reconnected to the true divine essence.
That really is true when you think about it. Everything that you buy now is designed to slow you down and to grind you, because there's so many subscription services now, and there's so many different payments and bill payments coming out of your credit card. Sometimes I look at my credit card statements, I'm like, what are these subscriptions? I'm looking at it's like Apple subscription, and then it's Amazon subscriptions, and I know where they're ultimately coming from, and I know where they're ultimately leading to, but the amount of things that we have attached to us, we literally have cords that are sticking to us and sucking the life force and the financial resources out of us everywhere we go, and it really is starting to drain people, and people are waking up to this realization. Are you guys waking up? Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.